So I want to tell this story about Zoroastrianism. And you might say, what on earth is Zoroastrianism? So this is a soul winning story. Whenever I first got into an IFB church, an independent fundamental Baptist church that goes soul winning and preaches the gospel door to door. So we go out in neighborhoods and apartment complexes and we'll knock on every door, inviting people to church, but more importantly, we try to get into asking them about their salvation, whether they're going to heaven. And we'll open the Bible and show them how to get to heaven if they're interested. And ultimately with the goal of seeing them get saved. So whenever I first got into an IFB church and I was going soul winning, I was still kind of learning, what to say to people and how to do it. One of the first few people that I led to the Lord was a man named Jamshid. And so we knocked on his door and he was very polite. And, I asked him, are you 100% sure you're going to heaven? And he said, no. And I said, well, hey, we believe the Bible says that you can be 100% sure. And if you'd like, I could show you what the Bible says it takes to get to heaven. And he said, yes, please. And so I opened the Bible and I preached the gospel to him. And my first impression was that he was Muslim. But as I was preaching the gospel to him, he was very receptive, very open to hearing what I had to say. And he ended up saying that he believed the gospel. And he called upon the name of the Lord. He asked God to save him through Jesus Christ. So afterwards, I asked him, hey, what was your religion? And he said, Zoroastrian. And I had seen that word before, like on Wikipedia or something, but I had no idea what that was. So I was just like, oh, interesting. And he ended up telling us that he was from Iran. I believe he was working abroad with Texas A&M, something like that. He was an engineer or something. My soul winning partner was an older man, Brother Rick. He ended up buying a Persian Bible. I believe the language is Urdu. I could be wrong about that, but he bought a Bible in the language of Iran. So we went back 2 or 3 weeks later and we tried giving him this Bible, but he didn't answer. And we tried the next week and he didn't answer. And we tried the next week and he didn't answer. What it really looked like, his front door was kind of weird. It was one of those huge sliding glass doors. And so we could kind of see into the apartment. And each time that we went, it looked like the apartment was just totally untouched. It really was like he just disappeared out of nowhere. We tried following up even after those 3 tries, and just never home. And I truly believe he was not home. I think that what might have happened is he went back to his home country. I have no idea. But what's really interesting about this story is that I looked into what is Zoroastrianism. And Zoroastrianism, you can go and read about their specific beliefs. It's very different. One of the facts about Zoroastrianism that's super interesting to me is that it has an estimated 100,000 to 200,000 followers, practitioners. And if you know anything about world religions, like that is a very, very small number. I think it has something to do with like you have to be born into this religion. I don't think that you can convert to Zoroastrianism. Something strange like that. But yeah, I thought that was super interesting that I got the ability to preach to one of those 100,000 Zoroastrians, and he was among one of the most receptive people to the gospel. Yeah, I just thought that was a cool story to share. And, whenever you become a soul winner, you get the best stories. Some of my most fun, my most incredible stories and adventures I've had in life has been out soul winning. And you just get to talk to every type of walk of life. So someone wants to be a missionary, like let's say someone wants to be a missionary to Mexico. Hey, why don't you, before going to Mexico, having never witnessed to a Mexican, why don't you go to your own community and begin witnessing to these people? If you've got a burden to go to Asia, why don't you find the Chinatown in the nearby giant city, you know? Get to witnessing to these different walks of life. Yeah, I mean, just going out soul winning consistently, you're gonna talk to all different forms of Christianity. You're gonna learn about denominations that you maybe didn't even know of. You're gonna talk to all different forms of religions: Islam, Hinduism, Zoroastrianism. Yeah, whenever I preach that all religions boil down, that they teach that you have to do works to be saved, it's true. And the Bible meets every religion where they're at, because it cuts to the heart of man-made religion that says that you have to be a good person to be saved. The Bible says we're not saved by works. So it doesn't matter if you've never witnessed to a Muslim. You just have to preach the normal gospel. Hey, you're not saved by your works, and it's gonna make sense. You just have to find someone that's willing to listen to it, you know? So that's my encouragement for you, and I hope that this was a blessing, but God bless you. Have a wonderful day.